Good. Okay, thank you. 6 o'clock, we'll go ahead and call this meeting to order. And we'll do the pledge of allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. I guess roll call. That. Scott Duffner. Here. Preston Fivecoat. Here. Mark Herrick. Here. Dwight Roth. Here. And myself is. The agenda, you said there was a change to the agenda?
Well, if you look at number 10, unfinished business, way at the bottom, underneath the two executive sessions, setting bonding amounts for superintendent and deputy clerk. If possible, Monica needs to leave earlier, so we'd like to move that up either to number 6, new business. I think it could fit there because we really haven't discussed it. Mentioned but it hasn't been discussed. Either that or in the budget section of the superintendent's report. But if you leave it at new business, it stays on the agenda.
Okay, let's put business thing.
That works for me.
Need a motion?
Yeah, we'll need a motion in a second.
Yeah, I move that we move item number 10, unfinished business, set bonding amounts for superintendent and deputy clerk up to item number 6, new business.
Then I just had one change on the superintendent report, but that's not a big deal.
Is there a second?
Second.
Moved and seconded. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
All those opposed? Perfect. Approval of the minutes. Did everybody get a chance to look at it? Oops, sorry.
Do we need to approve the actual agenda? We just approved it.
Oh,
Within,
Are we good?
I think we're good,
Okay.
but maybe not.
What?
I mean, we could, but we could just change it to be the modified agenda. The approval of the minutes, everybody read those? I didn't. See.
Only thing I saw was under N. On the 6N. The established monthly meeting date time, we've established a time, but we don't have a date on there.
oh. Correct.
If I recall, we just left it the same as the first. Second Monday, whatever, yeah, second Monday.
That's what I don't recall even discussing anything different. I was
No,
just thinking
because
the
we
same.
blanket
Right,
consent, all that, so.
okay. Just, I will just make a note for Janet to add that in.
Okay.
You wanna do that?
Yeah, wait, perfect.
Okay, with that modification, is there anything else? Okay,
I'll move that we approve the minutes with that modification.
okay, second,
Second.
Mark. Thank you. All those in favor say aye. Opposed? Perfect. Anything stand out in the bills? Have a concern, question? Wasn't a lot. Nothing.
Have we heard anything? There has to be in Barry's report, update on like the insurance for the lightning strike.
No, only that they have opened the claim. And I did talk with Bill about that a couple of weeks ago, and I think I told you this, I did. That we'll just leave it all open, one claim. He knows it's gonna be probably an extended period. He doesn't care. That's fine. Eventually, we'll close it when we think we've got all costs submitted. Keep it one claim, so it's one deductible, even though there were 2 strikes.
I think we're up to 5 now.
Really? Oh,
I just got another bill today from, he came in last week.
Oh, wow. Okay, didn't know that.
Our panel may fall under this claim because it's old enough that replacement parts are becoming very scarce.
Wow.
Well, that's been a topic of discussion for a while now, so that's fantastic.
Yeah, and I don't know if with that, if we could roll it over into it. Because it keeps getting hit, damaged, different parts.
Yeah.
And they can't find them. So,
Okay. Nothing else on that. We'll move on to item number 5, which is the hearing of individuals in the audience. Did anyone sign up that's in a later meeting? Okay. Excellent. New business, we shifted up the set bonding amounts for the superintendent, deputy clerk. So Gail, I'll let you.
And I'm gonna turn that over to Monica because she did the talking with everybody about that. She explained it to me today and I understand it all. Let her explain it to you.
So I had our business manager conference last week and I asked the teachers there, for the business managers there, what they do at their schools. And a lot of them just use their crime policy at, with PACE to cover any. They have a standard to do, to whatever the state requires that you have bondage or whatever. So we talked to Bill. And right now we only have 50,000 in, he said he wouldn't recommend getting a bond for me. He said they're not as, they don't do as many things as the crime policy will do. And the crime policy won't just cover me, it'll cover all of the employees here. So we have one right now, it's $50,000 and it costs us $357 annually. To increase it to the 250,000, which is about the max that we actually put in the one bank account that could get stolen. 700. So I would recommend that we just increase, and he said he thought it was too late to increase it for this year because it started in July 1st, but he said it's not. So that's what I would recommend that we do instead of getting a separate bond, is to increase this crime coverage.
So we're increasing from, what was the 50,000 was our previous to,
50,000 was our previous
and we're gonna go to
to 200.
200, sorry.
And it covers
For
all
me,
of
it covers everyone, it covers, even though we have the bond on tail, so.
So I'll actually have the bond and be covered by the crime. Everybody else be covered by the crime.
Need a motion?
Yeah, I would assume so. So. Unfinished business, yeah.
Yeah,
Mhm.
I move that we increase our crime insurance, crime policy from
Mhm.
50,000 to 250,000.
200,
250.
geez.
It's the fun.
We're gonna move you back over here.
I don't listen, I just don't listen.
So I move that we increase our crime policy from 50,000 to 250,000. Immediately.
Second.
Properly moved and seconded that we change our bonding amount from 50,000 to 250,000, and that's 740.
$746.
$46 increase in our fees. Is there any discussion on that? No further discussion. All those in favor, raise your hand. So we can see it's 5-0. Thank you. Motion passes.
Okay.
Okay,
Superintendent's report.
you know, to be next.
Okay, so Monica's gonna keep going with the budget financial report.
Okay, so you guys got the report for the month. There's not much to it. It's basically follows the budget because we're. So. Can't really give you a lot of information. We did roll forward a lot more money than what we had budgeted. But I don't see us actually being that far. So far, I've only heard back on 2 grants, and they're both within 3% of where we budgeted. So I don't see that we're gonna have much change so far anyway. But again, I haven't heard on all the grants. We've got 4 POs, I think I saw copies of, that we need approvals on, because they're over the 10,000. And I would recommend that when you guys are looking at policies, you might want to look at that policy and increase that amount that you need to approve, because a lot of the things that we're doing now that are an annual thing are over 10,000. So you're gonna be doing this a lot. Prices have just gone up.
Do you have a recommended amount if we do change
I
it?
think you should at least go to 50. Because like a couple of these things that were like 8,800 last year are over 10,000. So the first one is today's classroom, and those are desks for the 6th grade room. It's barely over 10,000, but it is over 10,000. The second one is Imagine Learning, which is our Edgenuity. And this year it's 15,000. And the third one is of course just Pace, and it's 113,000. We knew that one. And the last one is for 30 Chromebooks, and it's 10,600.
Can we do them all together?
Yeah, I believe so. Unless somebody objects to that. Yeah. Their motion.
Yeah, I'll move that we approve the purchase orders as presented.
Second. Yeah, Mark. Any discussion? Everybody's good with that? All right, all those in favor, please signify by raising your hand. 5-0. Motion passes.
Okay, and last thing on my list, we need to get Jim off of PCFCU account. And I'm just gonna put Aaron on. You guys want to? So, that's my last thing.
Okay, we need a motion for that signature then. So signature change is what we're doing.
Yeah, we're gonna remove Jim from the account.
We should have TCSU.
Yeah, it's a request, yeah. The other account we have, no, please.
On that account, what, I mean, how, is that just for athletics?
No, it's our main account,
Student.
right? All the AP checks out of it, payroll comes out of it.
Oh,
So like all of our big money is at LGI, the state treasury. And whenever I need, when I'm ready to run payroll or do that, I'll transfer them from it over here.
what's your,
All of our transactions.
then who's all on that account then? As
Gail,
signers?
Cameron, myself, Janet, Preston, and Jim was.
That's scary, Preston's on.
For all of us.
We need to look at that. But, okay. Is there a motion for that change to put Aaron on that instead of Jim?
I'll make a motion that we change the Pacific Crest signers to remove Jim Missile, there's a name, and add Aaron Flag.
I'll second that.
Okay, probably moved and seconded. Any more discussion? Seeing none, all those in favor, raise your hand. 5-0.
Okay, can I say something? Well, Monica kind of asked two based question there, if I call that 2-pronged question. You guys approved the spending of the over $10,000 items. Do you want to increase that number from 10,000 up to 15? You asked her how much. I just took it to mean that, or do you want to
No,
Discuss
we're
that
just doing the policy change will have to come probably next.
come later? Okay, so I'll put that on the agenda for next time.
Yeah.
Okay, perfect.
Okay, anything else, Monica?
That's it.
That was your 3 votes for the night.
Okay.
Okay,
Done.
good, thank you. Appreciate your work. All right, Gail.
Okay. All right, So we kind of talked about the lightning strike claim already, which is B. And I don't think Barry's going to be here tonight, but just to let you know, same thing. We're just going to keep it open. Bill was great about it. We've already been in touch with the guy who's going to manage the claim for us. He realizes that it was kind of a multi-event situation, but we're going to just do it and keep it open until, because I told him it would probably be not until school came back and everybody got back on their devices to figure out what exactly might even be affected. We're not gonna know till then. So he knows it'll at least be that long and probably longer. He's all right with that. We'll just stay in touch with him on that. So that's kind of where that is right now. Transportation, you have a report from Jubal. Haven't talked to Jubal about it. So I don't really know anything. He didn't point out anything unusual. I think he has his notes here. Well, the only thing he did talk to me about a couple weeks ago was that bus 18. They're going to just reclassify that as an activity bus, ODE, so they can use it for extracurricular trips, field trips only. Just needs a couple of things. That's that one we were talking about, maybe getting rid of, but we can kind of repurpose it for that if we use it for that. Figured it's better to just run it till it won't run anymore, and we'll get all of our use out of that money rather than buying another one right now. So anyway, and I told him to look at the, he and I are going to look at the table that we create for buying buses, purchasing them, to see kind of where we are on that. We got in a really good place and all caught up, but we need to look at that again so we don't fall behind and have that become a deferred bus purchase issue. I don't want to get behind on that.
As well as that rotation every 2 years.
Couple of years, yeah. Yep. And if you get behind, then you have too many bus payments to make in a year, and that's a lot of money. So we're gonna look at that.
He's got him as bus one needs to be decommissioned. I thought we'd already discussed that. Didn't we vote on that last year?
Well,
Is that-
There's a two number ones.
Mini both.
The minibus though,
Yes.
the old 7-3, I thought we already talked about.
yeah,
Yes.
Maybe that was,
because we were gonna
maybe
have
we
it
did that right
installed.
before we switched over from first student, so it just fell through the cracks.
Yeah. Mike talked about that too, but it was that old minibus thing.
Yeah.
And I think what his recommendation was is when we do look at the schedule and we want to add another bus on, he wants to get another big bus. Like maybe so fast.
I do believe we voted on that, and we voted to go ahead and salvage that bus out.
Yeah.
So
Yeah,
that should be in the minutes. You remember?
I don't
No,
remember. We've talked.
Said that. Yeah, I think that one, yeah.
So anyway, that's kind of where we are with that. Aaron, on to you. Do you have anything for AD report?
Yeah, fall sports starts officially on Monday. I'm having a coaches meeting tomorrow night. 5 coats, Tracy's place, and then sport registrations from 4 to 6 on Wednesday. So, yeah, football going on out there right now at the camp. Yeah, everything starts up on Monday.
It should cool down a little bit by Monday.
Yeah.
Allegedly.
Then, yeah, we have our parent meeting's gonna be Monday at 7. So,
Got the volleyball fundraiser game this Saturday.
yeah, they have a community tournament or something, you know.
Also that website. Facebook to this morning.
You did at it?
Yeah.
Oh, good. Okay. Anything else?